Lumber yards, construction sites, and building material distributors move millions of tons by rail every year. But how does a 90-ton stack of dimensional lumber stay secure on a moving train for 1,500 miles? The answer is the Centerbeam Flatcar, a specialized piece of rail equipment designed specifically for this job. In this video, we'll break down how these cars work, why they're essential for the construction supply chain, and how your business can use rail to move building materials more cost-effectively than truck alone. A Centerbeam Flatcar is a flat-deck railcar with a single beam or post running down the center of the deck. Unlike a standard flatcar, which is completely open, the Centerbeam splits the deck into two load zones. This design is engineered for one purpose: safely securing stackable cargo, lumber, plywood, roofing materials, and other building products, without requiring elaborate bracing or tie-downs. The beam acts as a natural divider, allowing loaders to stack materials on both sides while keeping the load stable during transit at speeds up to 70 miles per hour. Centerbeam flatcars typically carry 80 to 100 tons and are about 60 feet long. The centerbeam itself is roughly 12 to 18 inches tall and runs the full length of the deck. Most modern centerbeams have stake pockets along the sides, holes that accept removable stakes or bolsters for extra load containment. Some cars also feature bulkheads at each end to prevent load shift. Because the deck is open to the sky, these cars work best for weather-resistant cargo like framing lumber, treated wood, and plywood. They're not suitable for finished goods or temperature-sensitive materials. Loading a centerbeam requires skill and planning. Loaders typically stack lumber or plywood in alternating rows perpendicular to the beam, creating a crisscross pattern that distributes weight evenly. The goal is to reach maximum payload, usually 80 to 100 tons, while keeping the center of gravity low and stable. Improper loading can cause the stack to shift or topple during rail transport, leading to damage claims and costly delays. Many shippers work with experienced rail yards that specialize in centerbeam loading to ensure cargo is secured correctly before the train departs. Rail beats truck for long-haul lumber moves, especially routes over 500 miles. A single centerbeam flatcar carries the equivalent of 10 to 12 truckloads of lumber. That means one train of 60 to 80 cars can haul what would require 600 to 900 truck trips. At roughly $2,000 to $3,500 per carload for long-haul moves, rail costs significantly less per ton-mile than motor carriage. Plus, rail reduces your carbon footprint by up to 75% compared to trucking the same volume. For distributors and mills shipping to distant markets, this economics advantage is often decisive. Centerbeam cars are owned by the 6 Class 1 railroads: BNSF, Union Pacific, CSX, Norfolk Southern, Canadian National, and Canadian Pacific Kansas City, plus regional carriers and equipment leasing companies. When you ship by rail, you're renting this equipment as part of your shipping agreement. The railroads maintain these cars to strict federal standards set by the Association of American Railroads. Regular inspections, repairs, and upgrades keep the fleet safe and reliable. As a shipper, you don't own or maintain the car. The railroad handles all of that for you. Demurrage, the charge for keeping a rail car on your property beyond the free use period, is a real cost to manage. Most railroads allow 24 to 48 hours of free loading or unloading time. After that, you pay daily demurrage, typically $50 to $150 per day, depending on the railroad and car type. For lumber mills or distribution centers, planning the loading schedule carefully is essential. Coordinating with your rail logistics provider to ensure timely pickup prevents unnecessary charges and keeps your shipping costs predictable. If your business ships lumber, roofing materials, plywood, or other building products, Centerbeam Rail Service could cut your logistics costs by 30 to 50% on long-haul lanes. The key is partnering with a rail logistics provider who understands loading requirements, yard operations, and carrier relationships. Steelwheel Logistics helps shippers and distributors design rail shipping strategies, negotiate carrier rates, and manage the entire process so you can focus on your core business. Visit steelwheellogistics.com to learn how rail can transform your supply chain economics.